Lots of folks are up from a romantic island getaway filled with sand, sun and fun. Who would not be? Even so, there are plenty of island destinations that offer up some pretty bizarre and unique experiences, which contrast strongly with a typical island beach holiday. Some of these islands are stunningly beautiful, some are downright odd, and few of them are even a little bit dangerous. Here are 10 of the strangest islands in existence. Maybe, if you are adventurous and lucky, you'll be able to visit one or two of them someday. Number 10. Ball's Pyramid, Australia. Ball's Pyramid. It's not the kind of perfect geometric pyramid you'd see in Egypt. Ball's Pyramid, off the coast of Australia, is the very tip of an undersea volcano that protrudes about 2,000 feet from the water. That in itself is weird, but what lands it on the list is this: Ball's Pyramid is the only place on the planet inhabited by Dryochus australis, the Lord Howe Island stick insect. Presumed extinct, these massive bugs known as tree lobsters by the locals are the size of a man's fist and merry for life. Unusual for insects. They'd been wiped out on Lord Howe by rats, but some escaped to this unusual outpost to continue their species. Number 9. The Island of the Dolls, Mexico. La Isla de los Mucas, also known as the Island of the Dolls, is located in the canals of Xochimilco, near Mexico City. It is a shrine dedicated to a little girl who died in the canals under mysterious circumstances, or is it? The island's former resident, Don Julian, was preaching the word of God on Mexico City streets at a time during the 1950s, when it thought that only the anointed could do so. He was beaten up repeatedly and started combing dustbins for dolls, in an attempt to ward off evil spirits. He then left his wife and children behind and moved to the island, where he lived for the next 50 years. While the story of a girl drowning in the canals has never been proven, Don Julian claimed he collected and hung dolls in the area to keep demons from getting to her in the afterlife. Don Julian's story came to a strange close in 2001. He ironically drowned in the canals near the island where he'd always claimed the little girl had died. His son maintains the doll collection and welcomes the throngs of tourists who continue to visit the island to this day. Number 8. Tashirajima Island, Cat Island, Japan. Tashirajima Island, known more commonly as Cat Island, is located near Ishinomaki City in Miyagi Prefecture. Cat Island has approximately 100 human residents, the majority of whom are over 60, but the place really belongs to the felines. The cats were introduced during Japan's late Edo period around the mid-18th to the mid-19th century to keep mice away from the island's silkworm farms. When industry left the island, so did the majority of inhabitants. The cat population exploded as the human population dwindled. Tashirajima was and is still sustained by the fishing industry. Fishermen kept the kitties in food and a mythology soon built up around them. The fishermen came to believe they were good luck and built a shrine to their furry friends. Tourists are welcome to stay overnight in cat-shaped cabins between April and November, but remember there are no dogs allowed. Number 7. The Wild Horses of Sable Island. Sable Island, 100 miles off the coast of Nova Scotia, sits smack dab in the middle of what is known as the graveyard of the Atlantic. Only 42 kilometers in length and just 1.5 kilometers wide, the island has been the site of approximately 475 shipwrecks and is currently home to over 400 wild horses. Long ago left behind by sailors or cast ashore by wrecks along the sandbars, these horses managed to survive and thrive on an island with no trees, and only seagrass and rainwater for sustenance. Sable Island has never been permanently settled, but has, at times, been occupied by shipwrecked sailors, transported convicts, pirates and wreckers. It became Canada's 43rd national park on June 20, 2013. Number 6. The Great Blue Hole. The Great Blue Hole, located just 100 kilometers 60 miles off the coast of Belize, is an underwater sinkhole that researchers believe is the largest of its kind. Blue holes are round sinkholes located in the Caribbean Sea, while the Great Blue Hole, located near the Lighthouse Reef off of the coast of Belize, is not exactly an island. It still deserves a mention on this list. The circular hole is 480 feet deep and filled with aquatic life and limestone stalactites. This incredible sinkhole, and the surrounding atoll, is one of the most amazing dive spots on Earth. The famous ocean explorer Jacques-Yves Cousteau was a big fan of this place. Number 5. Easter Island. Discovered in the South Pacific Ocean on the Easter Sunday of 1722, Easter Island is widely known today for the very large freestanding megalithic moai watching over the island. Nearly 900 unique moai have been carbon dated, estimating their creation between 1100 and 1680, with an estimation of a year or more of work per statue. These massive stone monuments, often up to 3 stories tall, are famous all over the world. The early Polynesians who lived on Eastern Island built them using fairly primitive tools, which make the statue's existence even more enigmatic. If you like to see all 887 statues in person, you'll have to book a flight to Chile and then make your way out this very mysterious island. Number 4. Svalbard Island, Norway. If you head up to Norway and the exceedingly remote Svalbard Islands, you just might have to tangle with some wild polar bears. The islands are located in the Arctic, and teeming with polar bears. Tourists flock here every year to watch these majestic creatures in their natural habitat. While it's illegal to kill them for sport, the law requires individuals traveling outside of settled areas to carry a gun with them at all times in case of a bear attack. Number 3. Ilha de Queimada Grande, Snake Island. Ilha de Queimada Grande, also known as Snake Island, is located about 90 miles from the city of São Paulo, Brazil. It's estimated anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 snakes live on the 106-acre island. The golden lancehead viper Bothrops insularis, one of the most venomous snakes in the world, is the island's sole snake inhabitant. Venom from the golden lancehead is said to be 3 to 5 times stronger than that of any mainland snake and is capable of melting human flesh. The snakes live on the many migratory birds enough to keep their density remarkably high that use the island as a resting point. The Brazilian Navy has expressly forbidden anyone from landing on the island with the exception of scientists due to the danger. Number 2. Okinoshima Rabbit Island, Japan. Okinoshima Island, also known as Usagojima or Rabbit Island, is home to hundreds of friendly, feral rabbits that hide the island's much darker history, or they may be connected to it, depending on who you ask. The island was a production site for Japan's chemical weapons before and during the Second World War. Between 1929 and 1945, the Japanese army secretly produced over 6,000 tons of poison gas at Okinoshima. During that time, a colony of rabbits was brought to the island to test the poison. While some believe the current crop of rabbits is related to that original group, others believe they are the descendants of rabbits brought to the island by school children during the 1970s. The island is a popular tourist resort with a small golf course, camping grounds and beautiful beaches, and tours are also given of the now derelict poison gas facilities, but it's the bunnies people come to see. Number 1. Christmas Island, Australia. Christmas Island is an Australian territory located in the Indian Ocean. The approximately 135 square kilometre island was named after the day it was discovered in 1643. 63% of the island is a protected Australian national park and is the perfect forest ecosystem for the Christmas Island red crab. Most of the year, the crabs live under the moist forest canopy, but during the rainy season the crustaceans leave their inland burrows and head to the sea to spawn. The nearly 120 million crabs make the treacherous 5-mile, month-long journey to the ocean annually, facing death through dehydration, a gauntlet of dangerous roads and yellow crazy ants introduced to the island by cargo ships. Super colonies of ants terrorize and blind the migrating crabs. Once in the water, the crabs mate and the males head back to the forest. The females then give birth to millions of crablings who then make their way to the forest, continuing the cycle of life.